On behalf of the University of Strathclyde, I'd like to extend a very warm welcome to you, to this congregation, for the conferment of degrees here in the Barony Hall. Days like today are major celebrations for the university. It's because they are graduation days. Graduation days in which we can celebrate the successes of our graduates, who will soon become graduates. We can do that in front of their family, friends and supporters, and we can do it with the staff of the university. And we're really pleased that we are again able to hold these events in person and to formally recognise the achievements of our graduates. Now, in a few moments, it will be my privilege to cap each of our graduates as their name is called out and they come up on stage to receive their award. I shall place the graduation cap on top of their head, thereby symbolically conferring their degree. The capping tradition has its roots in ancient China, and it's recognised as a rite of passage and as a mark of achievement. And for each of our graduates once capped, this also signifies that they are now part of a community of scholars at the University of Strathclyde, which will stretch back over 200 years to the Scottish Enlightenment. At the close of graduation, we have a reception in our nearby Learning and Teaching building, to which everyone is invited to come along, celebrate and have some refreshments. We also hope to have an academic procession up to the Learning and Teaching building. It normally depends upon the weather, but I think today it should be okay. So in the meantime, I do hope that you enjoy the ceremony, and when you see your loved ones come up on stage to receive their award, I would strongly encourage you to celebrate. These occasions don't come round very often, so feel free to clap and to cheer and to whoop. Just make the most of it. I now formally declare that this congregation for the conferment of degrees is open, and I invite Professor Duncan Graham, the Executive Dean of the Faculty of Science, to present our graduates to receive their awards. Thank you.
Vice Principal, in the name of the University and by the authority of Senate, I present to you these students for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy for Research in the Department of Pure and Applied Chemistry, Helena Stubb Buchanan. Robert James Chadwick. Marwa El Yagoubi. Nathan Lloyd Gittins. Matthew William Gray. Luke Samuel Green. Chao Gu. Maddie Haidar. Megan Marie Hamer. Georgia Kidd. Rhys Aidan Lipper. Catherine Florence McFarlane. Christopher Matthew Riley. Jack Peter Matthew Roberts. Caitlin Thompson. Luke Andrew Whittaker. For the degree of Master of Philosophy for Research in the Department of Pure and Applied Chemistry, Rowan Blake. For the degree of Master of Science in Forensic Science, Kevin Mitchell. For the degree of Master of Chemistry in Chemistry, Fraser Angus. Well done. Anna Frances Boyle. Benjamin Alexander Buist. Imogen Helen Cook. Paul Duff. Emma Claire Edwards. Sarah Harding. Ailey Margaret Buchanan McCormick. Kiara MacDonald. Daniel Patrick McCluskey. Samantha McDonnell Carr. Michaelis Nicolau. Gabrielle Ann Rennie. Caroline Schwab. Eric Simpson. Connor Davidson Smith. Max Spencer Thomas. Callum Kirkwood Barrett. Finlay James Howitt. Amy King. Christopher Lydon. Luke McGuigan. Cooper Smiley. Henry Joseph Tate. Maxwell Taylor. Catherine Eleanor Urquhart. Campbell Sean Wolfe. Josh Brownlee. In Chemistry with Drug Discovery, Megan Catherine Blaney. Kaylee Ann Branston. Shay Patrick Docherty. Nina Fitzsimmons. Andrew James Gold. Kieran Griffin. Elizabeth Eleanor Holmes. Lawrence Ka Ming Lee. Rebecca McGonigal. Laura Minty. Liam Peter Rayside. Lewis Ross. Stephanie Jane Rowe. Rebecca Rutherford. Jasandeep Singh. Isla Nicole Slater. Colette Meg Tierney. Lucy Elizabeth Wilson. Scott Cameron. Hannah Sarah Downey. Barry Halbert. Scott Logan. Melissa Caroline Smith. Molly McQuaid. In chemistry with teaching, Rebecca Victoria Bugden. In forensic and analytical chemistry, Daniel Alex Bannerman. Ross David Birch. Emma Catherine Burns. Rebecca Fearon. Cara Jackson. Bryony Maria Kemp. Cameron Ann Oliver. Barbara Bialonco. Lucy Dehon. Cameron Forsyth. Amy Gillian McNaughton. Aina Palmer Mora. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Applied Chemistry, Mark Anderson. Erin Bernadette Banks. In chemistry, Katie Baird. Katarzyna Franzak. Sean McKellar. Kyle Robert Carlin. Georgina Caroline Gray Oliphant. Abigail Wilkie Tom. Alex Thompson Forsyth. Pasakun Kongso. Billie Jean Riley Findleton. Kaylee Russell. In chemistry with drug discovery, Gabriella Angela Rossi Arcari. Usama Bilal. Emma Jane Loudon. Christina Marion Knotts. In chemistry with teaching, Beth Agnew. Kirsty Karen Sutty. Bilja Gur Pinar. In chemistry with teaching, international, Lubna Salim Juma Ibrahim Al Balushi. Shahad Juma Salah Al Gilani. Anwar Juma Said Al Hindasi. Mohammed Salim Said Al Jabri. Huria Ali Amir Al Sinani. Ruba Khalid Mohammed Al Jordani. Jahad Talib Suleiman Al Quiri. In forensic and analytical chemistry, Luther Walid Nasir Al Kindi. Muntasar Isa Salim Salah Al Shamli. Connor Hamil. Rona Marie Young.
Vice Principal, in the name of the University and by the authority of Senate, I present to you these students for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy for Research in the Department of Naval Architecture and Marine Engineering, Bassem Mohammed Saleh S. Al-Jadali. Hadi Khalili. For Research in the Department of Naval Architecture, Ocean and Marine Engineering, Hei-Yung Zhang. For the degree of Master of Science in Ship and Offshore Technology, Shanmukha Naga Rajesh Damarla. In Subsea and Pipeline Engineering, Ijikimiuwa Eric Nana. For the degree of Master of Engineering in Naval Architecture and Marine Engineering, Christos Nikolaos Alifragis. Federico Basolo. Alan Ross Cruikshank. Charalampos Dimitriou. Georgios Lesis. Nikolaos Leatsos. Fraser Alan McKinley. Christos Michelaros. Andreas Ian Morrison. Panagiotis Panagopoulos. Panagiotis Pogas. Timotheos Pomonas. Tommaso Zito. In Naval Architecture with High-Performance Marine Vehicles, Fraser Allen. Sergio Cavalieri Canosa. James Michael Kirkpatrick Day. Robert Joseph McGregor. Pascal Pace. Arturo Beltra Soler. In Naval Architecture with Ocean Engineering, Andrew James Binning. Luis Eduardo Collado Gonzalez. Luisa Heron. Amy Laura Hutchison. Roberto Tuda Ortiz. Ian Mackay Young. For the degree of Bachelor of Engineering in Naval Architecture and Marine Engineering, Andreas Constantinou. Marcos Machatos. Fife Patterson. Ross Ewan Waddle. Pio Isaac Fernandez. Tom Peter. Abdullah Khalid M.H. Al-Bakr. Matthew Fleetwood. Daniel Patrick Milgrew. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Chemistry, Sabrina Akbari.
Ladies and gentlemen, colleagues, and most of all, Strathclyde University's newest graduates, it is my pleasure to once again welcome you to this congregation. Quite rightly, our graduates have been centre stage, and I would like to begin my address by congratulating all of you once again on your academic achievements. Your hard work has paid off, and this has been recognised in front of your families, friends, and the staff who taught and supported you during your time at the university. Let's give our graduates a big round of applause. Now, in a short while, you'll be asked to join the academic procession as this leaves the Barony Hall, depending upon the weather. This invitation actually symbolises the fact that you are now full members of the academic community of Strathclyde, a worldwide community that numbers over 180,000 individuals. You now join such esteemed company as David Livingstone, the missionary and explorer, John Logie Baird, who invented television, Dame Eilish Angelini, Scotland's first female Solicitor General and Lord Advocate, Helen Liddell and Baroness Annabel Goldie, leading Scottish politicians, and the entrepreneur and philanthropist Sir Tom Hunter. Today, we are celebrating your achievements and recognise the unique challenges brought about by the coronavirus pandemic. The pandemic has changed our health systems, it has impacted on our economies, and it has changed the way in which we work and study. However, it has also demonstrated what society can achieve when we work together, and it placed science at the forefront of finding the solutions to the challenges we face. It was science and universities that delivered vaccines for the COVID-19 virus in record time, and it is science, engineering and education that will help us address other pressing issues such as climate change. In November last year, Glasgow hosted COP26, the summit of world leaders who came together to agree measures to minimise global warming and climate change. As a university community, we are very much aware of our responsibilities to reducing our impact on the planet, which is why we have set a target to reduce our carbon emissions by 70% by 2025 and to reach net zero before 2040. COP26 also saw former US President Barack Obama visit Strathclyde to speak with our students about the important role that young people will play in tackling climate change. The former president had a very simple but powerful message for those who had gathered outside the new Learning and Teaching building. Pausing on the steps, he said to everyone to get active. Now, to our graduates who are celebrating today, each of you will have benefited from the active support of your families, friends and supporters, and academically through your lecturers, tutors and supervisors. For the past half hour or so, their applause has rung in your ears as you each in turn crossed the stage to receive your awards. I would now like to invite all of our graduates to show their appreciation for all the support that they have received from their family, friends and supporters. Your success, and in turn our success as a university, is in no small part due to the efforts of our staff, who are delivering our vision as a leading international technological university that is socially progressive. You can tell a lot about the values of an organisation by looking at its roots. Strathclyde University traces its lineage back to 1796, when Anderson brought it into being, the only Scottish university founded during the Age of Enlightenment and embodying the Enlightenment principles of reason, tolerance and equality. Anderson's belief in useful learning and his commitment to taking knowledge and using this for the greater good is the motivating force which gives Strathclyde University its momentum today. Anderson believed in knowledge for the greater good and education for all, what we would call widening access and participation. Strathclyde University is at the forefront of widening access to higher education by welcoming those with the ability to learn, regardless of their personal circumstances. And 20% of our new students each year come from the most challenging areas of the country. Our ethos of useful learning continues to be relevant today as we seek new knowledge that we can readily apply to global challenges. We are a research-intensive university, determined to make a positive difference to the lives of our students, to society, and to the world. Through our groundbreaking research, we are helping to change the world for the better. Through our scientists and engineers, we are leading the development of innovative technologies that will facilitate the transition from fossil fuels to clean, sustainable energy sources such as wind, solar, geothermal, and hydrogen. We are developing new drugs along with new manufacturing processes that will provide cheaper, more effective treatments in the fight against cancer, kidney disease, and inflammatory disease, whilst also supporting our health services to face the challenges of health and social care and the changing demographics of the 21st century. Through our focus on entrepreneurial education, we are helping students and staff to create new, sustainable businesses, as well as supporting economic growth. We are growing Scotland's manufacturing capabilities and the Advanced Manufacturing Innovation District Scotland out at Glasgow Airport, where the National Manufacturing Institute Scotland facility, hosted by Strathclyde, is under construction. Our globally minded students and staff are also working in sustainable development and helping to address some of the inequalities in India, Malawi, and the Gambia by establishing clean water supplies, renewable power sources, and healthcare facilities. We understand the value of working in partnership as we extend our global reach with other leading universities, including Stanford, New York University, MIT, Nanyang Technological University, and the National University of Singapore. As a university, we are continually working to enhance our student experience, investing in our campus as evidenced by our new Strathclyde Sports Building and Learning and Teaching Building. And we are investing in student mental health and wellbeing support services and placing our students at the heart of everything that we do. Our progress in these areas has been recognised in recent years, and we are the only UK university to win the Times Higher Education University of the Year twice, having won this accolade again in 2019. And in February of this year, we received our third Queen's Anniversary Award for our leadership in advanced manufacturing. In recent times, we've also been named the Times Higher Business School of the Year, Workplace of the Year, and Research Project of the Year. And the Times Higher placed Strathclyde University 5th in the UK for student satisfaction out of 150 institutions. Recently, UK-wide results were released for the 7-year assessment of research quality in the UK's 157 universities and higher educational institutions. Strathclyde's overall assessment reported that 41% of our research was considered world-leading and a further 48% being internationally excellent. Included in the university's many research achievements, engineering are ranked 1st in Scotland and 9th in the UK for research power. And in terms of the impact of our research, we are 1st in Scotland for chemistry and 1st equal for engineering. Our staff in pure and applied chemistry are at the forefront of medicines manufacturing, innovation and technology, and are founding partners in the Medicines Manufacture Innovation Centre, which is due to open in 2023. Strathclyde's engineers have secured funding from the UK Space Agency to address the many problems created by space debris, which is a significant global challenge facing the space sector. Chancellor's Fellow, Dr. Rebecca Beveridge of Pure and Applied Chemistry, has been awarded a prestigious UKRI Future Leaders 7-year fellowship to identify new disease targets for existing drugs using state-of-the-art mass spectrometry techniques. Associate Principal Atil Inchechek, Professor of Naval Architecture, has been awarded the William Frood Medal, the highest professional honour bestowed by the Royal Institution of Naval Architects. And Professor Damien Corrigan has co-founded Microplate DX, a spin-out company involving pure and applied chemistry to address the issues of drug resistance infections and antimicrobial resistance. Now, these are just some of the many achievements being made by our staff and students. And Strathclyde is being increasingly recognised as a place where things happen, and this is why our graduates are so highly prized by companies and organisations looking to recruit the best talent to drive their businesses forward. Our success is in no small part due to the collective efforts, talent and commitment of our staff, the 4,000 colleagues who deliver our vision as a leading international technological university, and like me, they are very proud of your achievements. All of our students learn how to be innovative, enterprising and creative, and they can make a real difference when they go out into the workplace. So wherever your career takes you, always remember that as a Strathclyde graduate, useful learning carries with it responsibilities that go beyond academic scholarship. And finally, let me offer my sincerest congratulations to you all once again on your achievements, and I hope that you enjoy the remainder of what is a very special day. Thank you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that now concludes the formal part of this afternoon's proceedings, which I hope you've enjoyed and you'll take away very many happy memories. I would remind you that we do have a reception up in our Learning and Teaching building, and I can see that the weather has stayed pleasant enough So we will have an academic procession, and I'll take this opportunity to invite Strathclyde University's newest graduates to join the academic procession. And ladies and gentlemen, we will see you for some refreshments up in the Learning and Teaching building after we have left the hall. I now formally declare that this congregation for the conferment of degrees is closed. Please be upstanding.